17BB is admitted.
And permission to publish and play State's Exhibit 17BB, Your Honor.
17BB is published now.
Go ahead and start it now. So when is the last message exchange between Melody Hoffman and the defendant?
On January 28th, 2024 at approximately 3:35 p.m.
And that just appears to be a question by Ms. Hoffman, what do you want? Is that?
That's correct.
And how does Mr. Louisma's his Facebook account belonging to Mr. Louisma respond to that?
Nothing.
Okay, go ahead and continue that. Okay, now we're going to start at the beginning here. We can pause. Does this indicate then at the very top that the person with whom McKinley Louisma's Facebook account is communicating on Messenger is Melody Hoffman?
That's correct.
And does this indicate, at least at the time this conversation was accessed, that he was not friends with Melody Hoffman on Facebook?
That's correct.
When does this particular conversation commence?
On January 26, 2024 at 7:39 p.m.
Okay. And what's the first entry there?
3 question marks coming from the defendant's profile.
Okay. And then when is the next entry?
Same date, but at 7:42 p.m. and it's a video chat for 2 minutes.
What does that indicate, a video chat?
FaceTime, so if you can view each other and just talk to each other. It's like a phone call, but you're video talking or video chatting with each other so you can see each other.
So does that indicate that there was a video chat or conversation between Melody Hoffman's Facebook Messenger and McKinley Louisma's Facebook Messenger on January 26th at 7:42 p.m.?
Yes.
And then what's the entry after that?
It says, you unsent a message.
Okay. And that means, does that mean a message was unsent by Mr. Louisma's Facebook account? Correct. Okay. And then after that is what next?
There's an audio call that was missed.
Does that show, can you tell whether that shows an audio call made by Melody Hoffman or by Mr. Louisma's account?
I believe that it had been from the defendant's account making that call. If it's on the other side of the screen, it should be Melody calling in.
And so what's the next entry here?
It says, why are you calling me why are you calling my name like that for? Question mark, question mark. BC, probably because you mad he is with me? Question mark, question mark.
And that's coming from McKinley Louisma's Facebook
That's
Messenger?
correct.
Okay. Go ahead and continue here. Of course. Okay, we'll stop again here. And then after that question from McKinley Louisma's Facebook Messenger account, what's the next entry?
It's at 7:50 on the same date. It's a missed video call.
And who can you tell that missed video call is coming from?
Melody's account.
Okay. And then after that, there's a couple entries, and who are those from?
Those are from Melody.
Okay. And what do these entries say?
I think what WDYM stands for is, what do you mean? Why am I calling your name like that? The next entry is A, you meaning probably, don't even care about me anymore. B, you don't want to be around me. BC, or because you know that I know you're with Kia. BC, because you keep going back and forth between her and me.
Then we have the beginning of a next message, but we'll see if we can scroll up a little bit more here.
And the next message following that is, now you're ignoring me for no darn reason.
And then what's the response to what Melody Hoffman says there?
It's an emoji with sunglasses and a smiling face.
Okay. And then what's the next entries we see here?
Continuing on the 26th, it starts at 7:58 p.m. There's an audio call for 1 minute from Melody, and then the next entry is again from Melody for 31 seconds. The next one is a missed audio call, and then it continues to 8:01 p.m. with a 2-minute audio call from Melody to the defendant's profile.
So all of those calls are from Melody's profile to McKinley Louisma's Facebook Messenger profile?
Correct.
And then after that audio call that's 2 minutes on January 26th at 8:01 p.m., what do we see as the next messages sent?
Ken, WTF.
I think we all know what WTF means, but go ahead for the record.
For the record?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And so after that WTF, what do we see as the next 2 entries there?
There's an audio call for 45 seconds, and then another missed audio call, or video call, excuse me, from Melody.
And then the next entry you see is at January 26th at 8:05 p.m. What does that say?
It's an audio call for 2 minutes from Melody.
And then after that audio call for 2 minutes, what's the next statement by Melody?
It says, tell him I'm done with his goofy ass.
Then we have a response here from Mr. Louisma's Facebook account. What does that say?
It says, why, how come you be done with someone that was already done with you? Crying, laughing, emoji face 6 times. Make it make sense.
In response to that, that came from Mr. Louisma's Facebook profile, how did Melody respond to that?
And it says, and if he wants to come back to me, he will have to talk to my mom about it.
After Melody stated that, what was the response from Mr. Louisma's Facebook account?
Nope.
And then how does Melody respond?
Okay then.
What's the next entry?
There's an audio call from the defendant's profile for 5 seconds.
After that 5-second audio call, what's the next response or statement that Melody makes?
Don't even think to come to my crib or my grandparents because, or BC, your ass will be in jail. After that, there's a missed audio call. Following the audio call, it states, I don't even want to be around you because you do too much.
Okay, then scrolling further here, at the bottom of, there you go, starting with bye, what's it say there?
Starting with what, I'm sorry?
Bye, have fun.
Oh. Bye, have fun with Kia's ass because I'm done with your bullshit. Adios, amigos.
And that's from Melody too?
That's correct.
Okay. And then at the bottom of this, it says, you've blocked Melody. What does that mean?
That the user for the profile had blocked Melody's profile, allowing no more conversation to come back and forth between the two of them, unless they initiated, I believe.
So after those entries on January, I think that was January 26th we were looking at, is that right?
That's correct.
Okay, on January 27th, what do we see?
We had a missed call at 11:05 p.m. on the 27th.
So after all those entries on the January 26th, and after Melody said adios amigos, there's another call. Is that, who made that call?
It would have came from the defendant's profile.
How did Melody respond to that?
The following day at 3:35 in the afternoon, she says, what do you want, with an emoji face that's got the line for a mouth.
And then the defense response to that?
Nothing.
Okay. I think that's it for the exhibit. And so that conversation then was what you found from looking at the defendant's phone as far as contact between his Facebook account and Melody's Facebook account through Messenger.
That's correct.
Sergeant Peterson, we talked about a lot here over the last couple of days now. I think I've reached the point where I don't have any further questions. Thank you.
Cross?
Thank you. Good morning, Sergeant.
Good morning.
if the amount of time that you've been testifying correlates to your importance in the case, it would seem that you played a very important role in this case. Would you agree?
I appreciate that, and I agree.
You did a lot of work, didn't you?
I did.
You did a lot of work yourself, correct?
That's correct.
And you kept apprised of what other agencies and officers were doing on the case as well, correct?
That's correct.
You've been able to testify in some cases to DCI testing that's been done on this case, right?
Correct.
And so you followed it all along, would you agree?
Yes.
You've done a lot of work on various cell phones, right?
Yes.
And it seems like you've got some special training in cell phones as well?
No special formalized training. As I think I noted earlier in my testimony, we had an evidence tech that was certified with Cellbrite, and through the last 3 years, she's kind of shown me how to manipulate the program so I can identify things that are important in a case to help her workload to be less, and sometimes our techs don't know everything about our cases, so it's nice to be able to go through cases and look for items that they might not recognize, or they're not directly involved in the case otherwise.